Hey guys, sorry for the long wait. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll be teaching you this nitrosol throw in the video, and there's a lot more to come for you guys.
Hello guys, Nightmare here. I got something a little different for you guys. It's a tips and tricks video. This one is going to be faced towards like aim. That's the main purpose of this one. But I do want to apologize for such a long wait on these videos. The reason that happened for me was because with my Xbox captures I had problems uploading and replacing some clips, so it made things harder to access, and eventually I ended up losing a lot of my clips and footage. So in the meantime I figured that I'd Twitch stream this for you guys and download the stream to make you guys a nice little video and give something that a lot of console players need, which is aim assist. Like, not actual aim assist as in your aim lock when you're pressing the trigger, but help learning what to do or how to aim better. So there's really a lot to it, and I think Training Grounds with all the bodies on the field kind of makes it the best place to situationally practice this. We'll go ahead and do it. The one thing that I advise against in Terrorist Hunt is getting used to their movement, because terrorists move not even half as fast as normal players. So there's one thing that I want to prove to you guys too: Twitch and Buck, okay? Twitch is probably harder than Buck, at least in my opinion she is. And people complain that console Twitch is just unusable with ACOG. Okay, I recommend ACOG, obviously vertical grip, that's the only option she has, and it also helps recoil. ACOG is fine, you can use that, believe me, but try it with muzzle brake, okay? That might make the difference in the world for most of you guys. There's two things with recoil. There's vertical recoil, which is like this, okay? Just straight up and down. Then you have your horizontal recoil. You gotta kind of spray a mag into a wall to see what it's like. And if you look, it lightly jumps to the right, okay? You can kind of see sometimes it swerves to the right. So then you'd pull down into the left, okay? There's sideways recoil. Console players pull straight down, but that gives you these zigzag lines. You can kind of straighten them out if you just fight them, okay? You like counter them. Twitch though, in my opinion, if you look at hers, it's so light, like it won't make too much of a difference, especially with the rate of fire that she has. The rate of fire she has is just superior to basically every other gun in the game, regardless of what people say. Sure, her recoil is bad, but her gun is absolutely amazing. So I say nitpick your aim, okay? By nitpicking, I mean looking at your recoil in the walls and seeing what you need to fix. And the easier way to nitpick more is just to aim from further, okay? So if you see right there, I was pulling to the left. Hers doesn't really need it that much. This is straight down. It's more centered, okay? I just got on 2. I promise you guys I don't have any aim warm-up whatsoever. Every single day I play Twitch and I prove to people that she's usable. Just fine. Look, the recoil isn't that bad. Her rate of fire and damage combination give you one of the fastest fragging speeds in the game. See, I need to warm up a bit, but I'm telling you, I can play really good with her. The only real struggle is her small magazine, okay? They nerfed 26 not too long ago. And so not only does she have a high rate of fire, which burns the magazine faster, but she has a shortened magazine. That's her only disadvantage. But her reload time isn't really too bad, so it's not too much of a thing you need to worry about. You can still get 3, almost 4 kills in body shots with one magazine if you use it properly. Sometimes different armor classes might change that. You can only get 2 people with body shots, but just kind of mess with it. And one thing I need to clarify too for console players is that just because a gun is good doesn't mean you necessarily need to be rushing everything. It's fine to hold with a really good gun from far or a speed 3. Okay? You can chill back and hold. There's no problem with holding anywhere ever. The thing is, you want to stay moving because the person moving is usually going to have an advantage, just because walking while aiming in this game is ridiculously fast compared to other games, okay? My aim is like 7 out of 10 for what I normally do. This is the warm-up as well. Okay, and a big thing with aim, okay? Say I'm trying to flick to this right here, and I'm doing it, and I flick, and I'm hitting this, okay? Lower your sensitivity. If I'm not reaching it, upgrade your sensitivity, okay? If you're trying to hit that, and you hit right here, up it, okay? Just play with your sensitivity. I recommend using the higher recoil weapons for better practice, okay?
Friendly mission successful.
Yeah, so right there I just proved Twitch is usable. Same thing with Buck. If you're using ACOG, honestly just in general any sight, I feel like muzzle brake is the most beneficial with that gun. And there's multiple reasons behind why different attachments work for different guns. Some people don't properly understand how they work. My understanding of it may be incorrect as well because it's always different. I don't know why the game is like that. Recoil, if you know or not, it's not going to help you as much as you think, just because there's, like, if you can understand a recoil pattern, or at least you think you can, but you really don't, because the recoil that comes out every single time is different. It's not supposed to come out the same mag after mag. It just completely changes. I'm using Maverick to demonstrate horizontal recoil and how you can straighten it better, okay? Maverick has a good, perfect example, especially with Flash Hider, of horizontal recoil. Obviously, if you look straight up, it's like this. It's leaning to the right, okay? His recoil is to the right. So if I pull to the left, but not down, I just straightened it out, okay? I pull to the left, and it's not as far to the right. So you pull to the left, okay? I pulled a little bit down. My sensitivity is high, so a little bit goes a long way. A little bit to the left and then down, you're gonna get some pretty good control. This is good enough, trust me. And if you're reacting, you're gonna practice muscle memory as well. So it's better with like doors to really just practice flicking them. I have a tree in my way, but yeah, just practice hitting doors and windows and stuff. I like to practice with the paintings in the hallways and house upstairs as well. But I say it's better just to be like on aiming back into things. I whipped that mag. It happens. Your aim isn't going to be perfect, okay? Don't expect it to be perfect. But try to make it perfect as best as possible. So down and to the left is going to give you a pretty straight recoil pattern. Console players that are aiming like this, like leaning all stupid, that's not going to help you, okay? It's going to make it worse. You can use it every little bit, like here and there, to help you control it. So you shouldn't be leaning more than twice in a second, okay? There's very rare situations where you're gonna want to lean more than twice in a second besides quick peeking like that, in and out, just because it can put you at a disadvantage. It's rare that spam leaning is gonna give you the upper hand. Also play Hi-Fi night mode. I could say it's the best, but it really isn't, just because it's so buggy and it's actually just quieter in general. None of the audio settings affect how far you hear people, but one is louder, which means you're going to be able to pick it up better with your ears, which is Hi-Fi. That's what I use. Good thing for aim, pixel peeking. A lot of people want these thin pixels to peek, you know. When you see a speck of color change, you react, you get your kill. A left stick dead zone being upgraded, raising it higher, is going to let you peek lighter, easier. Okay, mine's 10, and that might still be a little too high. This is the slowest I can. There was 4 in that room. I never expected that. But yeah, a higher left stick dead zone is going to let you peek thinner with less of a struggle, okay? Less of a struggle on your thin peeking. Practice aim tracing as well around door frames, okay? So, like right here, I'm peeking around this door. I'm going to want to keep my crosshair close to the door, okay? You're going to want to keep it smooth as you move around. I'm not really a holographic player, but holo just demonstrates recoil harder because it's zoomed in. And earlier in the video, right now, obviously, I can't really put it there because I'm editing this part. Earlier in the video, you're going to see, well, you would have seen me do a special nitro cell throw. What you do is you lean to the left or to the right, depending on what side of the door you're on. you're going to be opposite of the door frame. So the door's to my left, I'll be to the right. The door's to my right, I'll lean to the left. Then you lean to the right, walk, throw, and lean back as you scoot away. So it's like this, okay? And you can even add a crouch to it. I missed that right there, which is actually what comes to the most important part, which is release. You have to really, really practice this, okay? I can get it every time with nitro cells, but I feel like flashbangs are just a little bit different as you're throwing them. But just practice your release as you throw it, and walk, lean, come back like that, like you're quick peeking, okay? It'll be really helpful in nitro cell situations, like the one that I showed in the beginning of the video. And swinging, that's one of the most important parts, okay? Swinging. This is fast, but it's thin, okay? You're not going to be able to get a wide field of view, and if they see you the first time and they pre-fire, they're going to hit you in the head half the time the second time, which can be a disadvantage in situations that you don't want that disadvantage. So obviously you see people sometimes when you're playing and they're just like swiping past the door faster than you can react, okay? What they're doing is they're aiming and leaning into the, like, across the door frame, and that's just why it's so fast, okay? This is fast, but thin. They can fire it and hit you. This, you're not aiming right away when you do it, but it's crazy fast for them. It's better if you run into it as well. That's part of the movement guide, but I just wanted to show you that it can give you the upper hand in gunfights, just to charge like that. And then, what else? There was one more thing I wanted to share with you guys. So right there, I struggled with the recoil. I didn't pull hard enough to the left, alright? You're going to want to practice reactive recoil control, okay? So whatever it's doing that you can't fight, you try to instantly react and fix, okay? Sometimes your recoil might go back up and down or left and right as you're trying to react. Just keep letting it happen until you learn how to better control it, okay? Each gun is different. Each gun requires some time to learn, some time to master. Maverick is one of my bottom fragging attackers, okay? I never play this guy. I just know that he has a good demonstration of what horizontal recoil's like, so I decided to bring him in for you guys, okay? Look, this is the swing one more time before this ends. It's just like that, okay? You're gonna be un-ADS'd, ADS as you're walking in towards them, just shoot. I wish I could get his perspective of it. I wish I had someone else here maybe to show you guys on their screen that I can edit in to compare the speeds. But you're just gonna have to, I guess, believe in me on this one. It's the fastest. That's the one that people do. If you watch the kill cams, you'll see they're doing it too, unintentionally, because a lot of low ranks don't understand what they're doing. But that's the fast one that you almost have no time to react to on doors. Attackers have better guns. If you're talking about fragging time, how fast they get the frags. But defenders have the cleaner, higher rate of fire, less recoil guns, which kind of ends up getting you those quicker headshots. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below on whether you think attackers have the better gun or defenders do. I don't really know. I feel like it's a balanced game just because of how it works and how attackers have a disadvantage pushing from the outside in. But back to aim. I showed Twitch was usable. Buck as well as usable. Okay, my aim's a little bit warmed up now, so I usually do 2 or 3 T-hunts, and that's just how I play better before I play casual or ranked. And now you'll see my aim is probably cleaner than before. So yeah, Buck's recoil, it's gonna go side to side and stuff. It's really unpredictable. I pull down and very lightly to the left, but his is gonna jump left, right, really crazy. Sometimes you can't control, it'll randomly jump like that hard, far off to the side. But it's fine, just react to it. That's why I say reactive recoil control is important. As it's fighting you, and it's fighting you beyond what you're controlling, learn to control it better. I mean, literally just random magazines. Switching to secondaries too. A lot of people don't do that. You need to switch to your secondary if someone's near you and you're trying to reload. You shouldn't be reloading. Muscle memory is flicking door to door. Okay. That's what it is. Just if you practice that, terrorist on a random object. Like mine is bad just because I don't play ACOG. I don't think it's all that good. Except for some peeker's advantage, which is when you have better ping and you see them just a few milliseconds before they see you. And ACOG being zoomed in makes it a little bit worse in my opinion. That's the only advantage it really has. I have ACOG set on these operators to prove to you guys that they're usable with it, just because people are like greatly against it on the console community. I just heard a random voice. I don't know if you guys heard that.
4 eliminated.
My trigger finger isn't at its best right now, but usually mine gets better. But really just take all those aiming tips into account. Okay, practice everything. Look for vertical and horizontal recoil patterns and see what works for you. Another thing, try different muzzle attachments on different weapons, okay? Switch back and forth. See what works for you, see what doesn't, and maybe try just on every gun something different. Terrorist hunts, you're quicker. You can explore the recoil a little bit more and get more practice and stuff out of it. These tips, seriously, are going to make you a lot better if you practice them. And there may be a target mode soon in Siege. We really don't know how long. But we kind of have to improvise. So what I kind of do is I'll punch a hole to the left in a wall and a hole to the right. And you just flick back and forth, trying to get some better aim. Sometimes even 3 holes is fine. Just randomize what you're flicking, and it'll help you. So you could do like 1, 2. You could just be like trying to flick back and forth, at least close enough, okay? You don't need to go high sensitivity. If you were like born a low sensitivity player, then don't switch to high just because it looks better or you think it's cooler. Just stick to what you're used to, okay? I think Nomad might be a good demonstration of horizontal. Yeah, so you see her mag jumps to the right quite a bit. I'm not doing that. I'm literally just left trigger, right trigger. Right there too. 2 demonstrations that the recoil pattern is never the same. But anyway, you learn from that just by spraying that you need to pull down and to the left. And that's better. That's pretty good for like 40 bullets right there. That's not that bad, okay? Console, it's not too much of an issue. Just practice it, get better aim. I feel like the more I actually play, the better I really do. Like, especially online, because you have to play quicker. Oh, I thought I hit a collat right there. But really, that's all to it. So if you guys want to continue watching this T Hunt before the video closes out, you can. If not, I respect that. It's fine. Just take your tips and go if you want. It's cool. But practice, okay? Practice, learn different guns, learn different recoil, learn different little patterns, learn how to peek differently, okay? There's this, there's this, there's this, just holding and spraying. There's your pre-firing. Yeah, I'm just going to play this out now. So that's the end of the commentary. I hope you guys enjoy, share, like, subscribe, everything really. Help the channel grow. You guys have really been doing a pretty good job, especially for me not even uploading lately. But I'm going to get back into that. I promise you guys. You guys will have your normal fragging clips. I really like putting that Valk clip in there in the beginning for you guys just to help you see it better in the video. Just that projectile toss. That one. Okay. You're going to want to pixel throw though. I think that bounced back. That wasn't a perfect throw, but yeah. That's about it. That's all there is to it. Oh yeah, also, I'm not keyboard and mouse. MNK people can't spin never ending, okay? MNK people can't do this. And I have the same recoil control on controller, which means I'm not switching it off and getting right back in, okay? Look, it's controller. I didn't pull the trigger properly. This pistol is honestly one of the toughest pistols in the game, which is why I completely understand the buff. Sound. Keep your game audio loud. Decrease party audio. Don't let those party kids be too loud for you where you can't hear your gunfights. And react to everything. Trust your audio, but at the same time, don't trust it completely, because you know how Siege is. But thanks, guys. If you watched it to the end, thank you a lot for that. That really helps with the channel interaction. It helps the channel grow. I appreciate that. And, well, yeah, I'm streaming on Twitch and Mixer, so I'll try to link those down so you guys can check it out whenever you're on your free time this quarantine you want to see. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, stay healthy.